Hey, it's me again. I think I said in the last video I was going to knock out two today. Um, again, ride the wind. Hi, how are you guys doing? Hi. Um, let's knock out two videos. One, I wanted to hit the coronavirus, which is a subject I have not touched since it came out, except for some statements that I made on Facebook, and also just numbers that I posted up. It was CDC, World Health Organization, a couple other sites, just showing that the infected and the dead body count was off by thousands, off by thousands. But again, I do not deny that it is a reality. It is most duly, I think, a biopathic, bioterroristic pathogen introduced by man, or it could be trillions of dead animals around the world in our waterways and on our soils. Okay, or it could be something I think coming in from another universe on these planets that we have defined as having water. Because if you think that all the way through, if they have water, water is life itself. Okay? And if we're dealing, because we have a broken, cracked, whatever you want to call it, magnetosphere, not quite up to snuff, I'd say way below snuff, and everything that's traveling in that's causing these storms, that's causing, now we got tornadoes happening without storms. What are those? Okay, what could those be? And then you see these lightning storms that just don't move, but they'll deliver 361 shots of lightning in one place. That is a stellar core, gang. That is a discharge of plasma. And then you got your galactic cosmic rays, and then you got your coronal mass injections. So take your pick of what's busting through that magnetosphere, because again, it is failing. We've gone through bow shock. I think last count I got was like 3 or 4 times. Definition of bow shock is it dropped. Let me say that again. Definition of bow shock means that our magnetosphere literally dropped. Okay? No protection at all. That's why I'm looking at 4 different scopes right now, which show the ionization of our atmosphere. It just shows the different plasma radiation. I'm trying to figure out how to explain this to you guys. Electromagnetic fields. Okay, let's just cover it all with that. Electromagnetic fields. About 3 or 4 different graphs that I'm looking at that are pegging themselves. They're supposed to be here. The top of the thing is here, right? They're up here. Okay, right with the top. I keep joking with people. Take a Stouffer's dinner. You know, maybe a lasagna. Put it outside on your front porch and go get it the next morning. My guess is it might be done, you know. Maybe, I don't know, maybe the small banquets or something like that. But preparedness, you know, on this virus, you know, and the crap that's gone on since it started. You know, we got a president that, again, just announced, and this video isn't about this. I'm going into planets, y'all. That announced that we've done a great job, meaning they, the government, have done a great job. They have done a great job at horrifying every single one of us. And I want to also make clear the statement that anyone who does that to anyone within our species, that's almost defined as mental deprivation. Same with our clouds, where we get one sunny day out of a month. Do you not think that that's affecting the way you're thinking? Do you not feel that that's beginning to depress you? Or are you already depressed? I'm feeling. Are you feeling like me? You know, we need sun in our lives. We need to be outside. We need to communicate, which they just kind of cut that cord too, didn't they? Or we collectively, as a species, cut that cord. We cut our own chance at unity because now we're scared to even shake someone's hand. Wow, this plan worked real good for them. Okay, so I want to leave it with Gates, right? It was on Forbes or something like that, you know, him with his handful of vaccinations, right? And warning us, and I saw him on TED Talks 4 years ago saying this, you know, warning of a world pandemic, which was declared last week National emergency was just declared today, and our stocks surge. Go figure that one out. Did they finally crack the numbers to find out how much money they're going to make out of this deal and realize that they're not so bad off as they thought they were? Who knows? Who knows if they're just fudging the numbers? So we've been in the red, but I'll tell you, in the end of the story, USD drops, and USD will fall. It will fall. It will fall. 6 years of yelling, and nobody's listening. So, anyway, TED Talks. We got Gates on there 4 years ago talking about the same thing. Now we come down to it, right? Not enough masks, but we got a president saying we've done a great job. There's not enough masks. Now, if you guys knew about this 4 or 6 years ago, how come there's not enough masks? How much extra money will they make having to make these extra masks? Not enough test kits. Even identify all the infected, if in fact there are all the infected. I'm seeing a lot. What I saw today, I will define on CNN, or no, it was MSNBC, as their report is like a play. A play. A staged play. Cutting off reporters when they haven't even finished their sentences. And him controlling it. And them standing behind him, shaking their heads. Now, all agree with the King Bee, the one who's supposed to control our very last distraction before the event, right? Guys got to start adding up end game, not to you 144s. You know exactly what's happening here. I'm talking about to you people who cannot see what's coming. And it's a freaking freight train headed right at us, metaphorically speaking. And we're failing. We've already failed the big test with panic. We couldn't unite, which we've never been able to do. And that's why he's here. And that's why these planets are here. Weird coincidence on all the timing, isn't it? To me, it's a little bit too weird. And I see right through it. Okay. So let's drop that. I had to talk to you guys for a while. I'm going to say quickly because the information is changing every day and I am exhausted. I am going to have to take a break. I think, as I said in my last video, to restore myself to a 0 point, to clear my cache and begin this again and look at it from a totally different objective. Because when you're doing this and you think you've got the answer, you better double check and try and prove your answer wrong. And then what you do is double check and then you try and prove your answer wrong again. Then what you do before you run around your mouth spouting what you think the answer is double check it one more time and hope you got it right. And that's in a scientific format that follows the scientific community, because that's what you're trying to play as scientists. Then you do it the way they say it. Or you're creating new science. I'm not getting it on that one. Okay, so maybe you can explain that to me. And you darn sure don't know science of the ancients. So that's pretty scary. And before I lead into the planets, where's my stuff? Before I lead into the planets, I want to talk about the Nibiru community and knock them into the dust one more time. I see Donnie of Daytona. They're all still groping for ideas, trying to figure out if there's a planet really up there or not, or trying to convince people. Convincing time is over. The time is over to keep pushing these guys' PayPal accounts, because that's all they care about. Let me make an example. There's a certain channel. I'll pull them out there. Donnie of Daytona. I think he finally got the final piece of evidence that proves we've got a sun simulator. Really, Donnie? Did you just come up on that? Or was that maybe part of the emails that I sent all you guys who wouldn't listen 4 years ago? And I hear my jargon being used, ionization. People are starting to say dragon now. Just some other terminology that I use that I know is mine. And now I hear other people in the Nibiru community using that jargon, using that same jargon. Let me tell you, these people didn't come up with that jargon. They spend their time trolling around on other channels and sucking up other people's jargon. right? Because they can't go to a library. They don't know what that is. And that's way too much work. For me to produce one picture, I catch dragons. I hunt them and I catch them. And I proved it over and over again, okay? I can do it, right? You know what it takes to get that capture though? It's about 12 hours on a cam to get one picture, or to find the right place where I can get multi-pictures. 12 hours sometimes to produce one of my pics or one of my videos. 12 hours. And sitting in some country, watching the sun slowly set or rise, whatever the case may be, or waiting for the certain period I know, like in Russia, where a dragon's going to fly by. No, that time is not put in. So he's got the last piece to prove that there's actually a simulator out there. Really? You know, I had the last piece about 4 years ago. I think I was in the Netherlands and the sun was turning on and off. Or 4 years ago when I went to South Carolina, it was 12 o'clock in the afternoon and it was nighttime. Or this thing just flashing and flashing with this big black dot in the middle. I mean, did you ever wonder what that was? Did you really believe that was a real sun? Because it's white and our old sun was yellow? Go back and watch Gladiator. Raiders of the Lost Ark. If you want to see a yellow sun and blue skies the way they're supposed to be. But you couldn't figure that out. Okay, you can't figure out that behind that simulator, there is a circle of yellow that is our old sun. You can't figure out that the black, when it's not blue behind it, is a big planet passing behind our simulator in front of the old sun, which decreases the luminosity level across that country by 20, 30, 40%. Up in Arkansas, it's doing it here every day in the afternoon, but it drops by 30%. When it should be a lot more light, it's dark, and it's not. It just doesn't add up. People are saying time change, whatever. My eyes pick this up. I pull over 3 times on the side of the road, like I think I said in the previous video. People think I'm not nuts, but I'm making my captures with a plain old camera now, and I'm going to be posting them up on Facebook. I'm about a week behind, and probably about 1,000 captures behind. You know what I mean? Because I'm always working. But in each one of those captures, if you know what you're looking at, and you know how to angle, and you know how to take the correct pictures, you'll get exactly what I got. And I'll tell you what, they're right outside your door. And there are a hell of a lot more of them than the poor plants in the Bureau and 3 Moons. Like I said before, I count about 20. How do you guys account for that one, huh? So Donnie at Daytona's got the last bit of pertinent information to prove we got a sun simulator I've known about and you guys have known about for 4 years, right? But he's got another video to prove it to us. You know, video ain't got no real research. Where if Donnie kind of maybe figured this out 2 years ago, 3 years ago, you could Google Sun Simulator or you could Google Solar Simulator and see it's there, and that Germany launched one, and America launched one, and they're 10 times brighter than the sun. Okay? Those are only a few that were launched, so they put mainstream. There's probably a simulator. I mean, think about it. One of these simulators isn't going to do the whole plant. Just ain't going to work, okay? You're talking about multi-simulators. We're talking about simulators, probably one over each country, to really produce the desired effect and also provide that layer of UV blockage, it's tanning cream, to provide that UV blockage with our sight, right, create that blindness, along with the chem particulates, along with the shaft, and along with the 5G, to create the illusion which hides these planets. But they're in the realm now of being seen as I predicted they would be. Within 6 months, and I think I said that 3 months ago, and it actually happened about a month later. I've been looking now. I can catch them with a regular camera. Angle. Put the sun in the middle of your bottom of your screen, left side. Put it in the top right. Put it in the middle. Different angles. And take multi-pictures. Then go back home and go through. Take your time. Examine the picture. Zoom into the picture. Especially on a day where there's just kind of a weird dark. Okay? And you'll see the simulator. The sky will be gray. Shoot to the left of the sun. Go from the sun and then slowly slide south. Guarantee you'll catch some if you're persistent. Now, I don't know what the exact ecliptic is on these things because they came rolled back in night before last, and they were here again tonight, causing thunderstorms, etc. Those pictures will also be posted on Facebook. I haven't worked on them yet. I haven't even put them together. I haven't even looked at them. I was woken up by a thunderstorm last night, which basically I was just trying to sleep. And I looked out, and it was, as was the night before, the thickest shaft I've ever seen. I could not see anything out there but fog and an orange glowing sky, which cannot be written off by cities where I'm at because I'm in the mountains. Where these lights or this light source is coming from is the sky. Because all that's out there, where I'm catching the light source originating, is mountains. Well, I guess I've got the best seat there. So let's introduce the new players. We got 2 new arrivals. One of them is a blue star. And I'll have B citations for this. If you require any of them, I'll give them to you. Okay? So I'm not just pulling this out of my butt. It was in mainstream media. It's called the Blue Star. I think it was NASA who announced it, right? So called the Blue Star. And what had happened is I had caught it one night. I'm looking at a star. It would have been the western sky, and it was splitting into 2, but I can't tell. My vision is pretty cooked right now from treatment, etc., right? But I'm seeing it split, and I'm thinking maybe I'm seeing double vision. Then I go back outside. The maintenance man is looking up there freaking out. He's not a planet guy. He doesn't know what's going on, but he can see something, right? So we should all be able to start seeing this, okay? Because it's out there. You got to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning and go look out there and see that sky glowing to kind of motivate your butt. Then go do it, okay? You'll either catch orange, blue, red, or green, okay? The elemental colors. So he's out there flipping out. I do some zooms on this thing. I catch it, and I catch it clear. The one I mentioned was the blue star. So the blue star, and it's in some of my current shots also. It's a blue star. Here's the weird thing. When you zoom in on this blue star, right, the geometry in stars, planets, is exact. And it matches sacred geometry. We're talking trapezoids, we're talking hexagons, we're talking triangles, we're talking cubes, we're talking whatever, okay? Anything you can think in geometry, it's there, okay? A freaking triangle is a sphere, okay? This thing does not follow that pattern, which means there's a disturbance somehow in its frequency, because that's what a disturbance in frequency will cause. If you run 440, if you run 432, the frequency into water, it will create a perfect geometrical pattern. Somebody tried to teach me this the other day, and it was like, I already know it, please, okay? So it creates a certain perfect geometrical pattern. You feed 440, which they changed our music into 1950. I don't know why. They say weaponizing, but this kind of proves it. Run that frequency into water, and you'll get a distorted pattern of crap. Okay? So whatever this new playa is in our solar system follows no geometrical pattern. Now, what the weird thing is, the day before, I'm in Russia, and I got this shot. It's inside of like a doctor's office. Look at me, I'm just going nuts for a second. I'm gonna kill myself. What I can see is through the window, like a high rise, out across the street onto another high rise. So that's not what I'm talking about. On the window where the cam was, there was that same geometrical anomaly, but it was not blue. It was orange. Now, one of the captures I got the other night, also, it was changing from blue to orange. Which I hope I'm getting this information to you right. That leads me into my next statement. These things, the power, the frequency, are feeding directly into our lives, right in front of our eyes. A white street light is turning green. A white street light is going from its regular orb, where you see it in the glass, to something that looks pretty similar to a sun. Anybody noticing this? We have got beams of light coming down through our atmosphere that are creating these spots on Earth, and as I've stated before, lighting up the sides of sky rises, and they are orange, red, blue, and green. Now the red can go either way. That could be a pinkish too, but I'm going to cover that real quick. Found something out. It's called learning. So this same geometrical pattern which showed up as yellow in Russia on the side of, or in the window of a high rise the day before, I've got my maintenance man outside the next night freaking out something he's seen in the sky. I capture that, regular camera, zoom in, same thing, exactly. Exactly. The exact same thing. The other new player, and again, frequency is a big effect on what's going on right now. We are pegged. We are juiced. Juiced, okay? That means that this planet is like an overcharged battery right now. Way overcharged, okay? And at the same time, it's still having power being fed into it. How long will things hold up, okay? Washington gave us a warning. Prepare for 2 years, the grid will go down. Homeland Security gave us a warning 2 years ago. Get ready, the grid's going to go down. You know, so they knew this power was coming. At least they had enough morality to make that statement to us. Okay. So a lot of power being shot into our planet right now that's going straight into our grid system. And nobody's seeing this except for a few of you and one sweet lady who told me about the pedal effect, which Jeff P., another brain scholar in the Nibiru community, tried to convince us was lenses hanging in the air. JPL, Jet Propulsion Lab, lenses hanging in the sky. And I'd be like, well, how do they hang there? Do you think they take fish hooks and freaking fishing line to do that? How's that work, Jeff? You know what I'm saying? Because like I know it can be done with frequency, but he tried to push it up instead of actually hanging there in the sky. Now I've got one of you subs, and God bless you, love you, send me a statement saying that on your mirror, I believe it was, you've got the rose petal pattern appearing. Well, tell you what, you nailed it 100% on the nail of the head, because those patterns are appearing on fences, they're appearing on anything that's metal, they're appearing on mailboxes, they're appearing on street signs, the white street lines. They pick up the refraction, and it's lines: red, blue, green, orange, red, blue, green, orange, red, blue, green, orange, red, blue, green, orange. You repeat, 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 repeat. Circles around lights: red, blue, green, orange, red, blue, green, orange. Okay. Let me finish that with. I came in last night. I just wanted to get out, shot a couple pictures out the door when the lightning began, and went back to bed. That's basically where I've been a lot of time. Where I have been these last 3 or 4 days. I'm tired, you know. So, and it's really from what I'm just picking up on regular camera and knowing I'm behind. So let's transcend into another player in our universe. Calls himself Morningstar. If you don't know who that is, I'm not going to explain it because I'm not going to breathe life into evil. But Morningstar is here. Let me say that again. A Morningstar is here, plus an anomaly that does not fit into the genetic 144 universal code of life, and I'm not talking just to humanity. Now these things, I find it real hard to explain, because now this is the farthest thing from the disreality I've been taught the whole time I'm growing up to what is actually reality. Confused, big way. And I don't want to put up, like I said, information that changes overnight, and I've really been tired. So let me lead into this last part and wrap it up. I'm tired. My Facebook page is Darryl, Darryl Lynn Johnson. I post my videos there. I've got enough posted up there now where y'all be covered, even you new people who want to sub. I don't know how much more posting I will do on Facebook, because I kind of can't pull my foot out of one media platform and not pull it out of another. I need to totally disconnect. And I'm really having a problem with this. I thought maybe keep Facebook going, but I'm not thinking that that's thinking. And thinking is what we all need to be doing right now, keeping ourselves balanced and calm. Well, I'm teetering. I'm teetering just like the rest of the world. I'm not gonna lie. This is scary, y'all. It's pretty intense. And we can thank everybody around us, all those people who didn't see that they were breathing life into this, and our leaders for doing this type of mental abuse to us. And really, this is what it's defined as: mental abuse, breaking us mentally. And if you don't feel that, then I'm thinking you might not be in tune, and we got to start seeing this. If you don't feel, these are agendas to block the mind, to deaden the mind, to panic the mind, to keep it anything but thinking straight and balanced. So what does this do? This makes you exhausted, let alone doing this for the last 6 years anyway, without a real vacation ever, or break, and just total disconnection from the planets and from what goes on in our world. I'll tell you something else, and I don't know if I've said it, but you can go to the military websites and look at their marching orders. Pay attention to what these boys are doing, because we're one step away. Okay? The marching orders have changed to from it's still to protect civil authorities, but it's also changed to protect them from cataclysmic events. This just changed. But if you're not keeping up on the U.S. military website, it's like, where do you get that information? I go to the website and I look, I read their orders because they're up there for everybody to read, right? Okay. So you got that going. Then, this one on a piece, I got to think of it. Wait for it. Okay, you got the military marching orders. You got the military also on the case of shutting down, locking down all the worlds around the country. We're coming close to it. Now, I've said this before. Okay, when that's all locked down, and now that a state of emergency, as of today, has been declared, what will be the next step? If the numbers keep doubling every day like they will keep doing, what will be the next step? I would think stop closing state lines and instituting martial law, under the guise of preventing as much infection as possible, when the threat's there either way. Again, having a thumb on us, because we proved, and we proved what they already thought, having a thumb on us because we just proved, or are currently in the midst of proving, that we can't handle panic. And we damn sure can't handle a sky event. Not most of us. People are going to flip. Look how they're flipping on this. They will flip when a planet pops through the sky. Just like I said, it will go far beyond panic. It will descend quickly into primordial chaos. So all you channels who are behind the gun, who haven't done your work, thanks for your input too. Thanks for your help when I tried to unify with you and provide you with the information that's transpiring right now. And we could have been ahead of this 2-3 years. But no, you didn't want to listen. You were too stuck in your own realities of what you defined from watching a bunch of YouTube videos than actually going out there and searching the truth. It's a scary thing, It's a scary thing. And all I can say is Dr. Anthony Thatch, they can use this 5G to implant thoughts in our mind, and they can also use it to pull thoughts from our mind and put it into a quantum D-Wave computer and figure out in 1 second what our next move is going to be. And we just gave them a lot of data to work with. I don't blame that on you guys, but you 144s need to know that this is what's happening within society. I'll also get a little more on planets. I'm seeing things I just don't understand. I'm seeing mirrors in the sky. Orbs all over the place. Just planets wherever you go. Planets, every different, and they're different planets. So again, screw the old Nibiru 7 planet. Arbuda, Nemesis, Nibiru, Hellion, and 3 moon scan, because that's a 100% scan. And if you're still buying into that, and you're one of these channels with your 200,000 subscribers, which I don't care about, 200,000 subscribers or whatever. All I think about is 200,000 people that could have been told right. They could be on the right side. There could have been a unification with these channels, and they took the time to do scientific work, and there could have been a unification where we could have unified into the numbers of the millions and actually made a difference. And there is no misunderstanding why there are no real professionals involved with this community, except for Dr. Albers, who's not a doctor, you guys, come on. She taught physics. She had her credentials removed, but I still hear you quoting her work. For real, she needs to be back in Germany baking strudel before she kills somebody or gets somebody killed. That would be the same story with Greta. Get back in school and learn what you're talking about. Learn that it's not just climate change. Something has to cause climate change. And it is not our carbon imprint, which they're about to start charging us for. See how they're going to blame what the corporations did back on us to make more money off us. Anyway, let's leave it with that. Okay? I'll be gone for a while. You know where I'm at. You need to get in touch with me. You go through my comments, you talk to me, or if you're on Messenger, you do it. My email is horizonevent144. One big thing, horizonevent144@gmail.com. My Facebook is Darryl, Darryl Lynn Johnson. Once you do that, you will be connected on Messenger. I will be here for support. As far as producing any content or looking at cams, I think that's going to be a total break for a little while. I think it has to be, sitting there making this video to be able to bring you guys the right information, to do the job for you I promised to do for you. And remember, I do this without asking for a dime. I have no PayPal. So what's my agenda? I have no agenda because I don't make a buck off this. My agenda is to save lives. Always has been from the start. And try and unite. Now, our last job, I would say my marching orders to you is to chill out. Chill out. And chill out the people around you. Our job right now is to battle a panic that should not be occurring. That too many people pushed, knowing full well they knew nothing about it, but they didn't even think a second before they pop up a bunch of YouTube videos or throw a bunch of crap around that they don't even know to be true. That's how this happened. And all our government had to do is light the spark. That's really all they had to do is stand back, and we did it all by ourselves. Much love to all you, my friends. Mr. B, RST. Where is the Syracuse guy? And all the rest of you lovely women, and I know you are, for being there. Man, you guys pull my heart. You got me through a long period. I'll sit and think like I'm really, 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 really alone here. But then I get a couple comments from y'all, or just sit and think because now I can depend on you. Or just sit and think that they checked on you, man. Blah. And to help me lose that feeling of being alone. You don't know what that means. Tomorrow's the Sabbath. We help each other because it's never about us. We help each other and we help people try and calm down. And right now, our job, I would think, is combating the panic that's occurring across the United States right now. Can we do it? Can we make a difference? Let's try. Let's try. Let's see what we can do with our small numbers. Let's see what we can do. I'll be doing the same and get my balance back. You guys have a good night. This is Ride the Wind, and I'll talk to you all soon. I promised I'm not going anywhere, so I'm not. I will be here until whatever happens. Okay? Good night, you guys, and again, I love you.